Hey everyone, I'm doing my check-in like the typical check-in today. Apologies for not doing the live. I have been sleeping a lot because of the post-viral fatigue, as my physician, when I had my appointment last week, told me. Um, so yeah. Everything I keep reading up on this post-viral stuff makes a lot of sense now. But it also sucks ass. Because this is why I'm not getting things done. And part of the reason I haven't had much writing in is, one, it's time. I don't have the time that I normally would have to get things done in the window that I want to get them done. And then after work, my brain is not in a writing mode. I'm exhausted from that, on top of the usual exhaustion, and, well, I'm sure you can fill in the blanks of, like, I'm just tired. I'm very tired. So, that and the brain fog from the fatigue. Part of the issue is we're thinking I'm not getting enough oxygen. So, like, when I'm at rest, I'm getting, I guess, a decent amount of air. But if I'm overexerting myself, oh my god, yeah, I'm gasping for air. My chest gets really tight. It's kind of dumb. So, that's why I haven't been promoting as much, because I'm sleeping, and then I still have to get, like, by the time I'm getting up, it's like 11 o'clock, and I still have to get ready for, like, the day. I have chores around the house to do, which are unfortunately falling behind as well. And then, of course, usually around 2 o'clock, that's the earliest I go into work. Or 1:45, yeah. So it's been, what is time management? What is time management when your body says, go the F to sleep? And my ESA is making me go to bed. Like, that's the other half of it, is that when you've got a feline who just crawls on top of you and is like, no, sleep. And you're like, I already don't have the energy to resist. Okay, fine. So, yeah, I apologize that I'm not as around. I'm sleeping way too much, which means I'm wired at night, but not wired, like, not... It's so weird, because I'm awake, but I'm not. Like, I'm very listless, I'm very bored. Like, I want to do something, but my brain is, like... It's so hard to focus. Now, I have been jotting down notes for things. A few nights I've had some ideas come to me, and I just, like, wrote out a whole, like, note or something in my memo notes. That's been happening a few times. I tried reading. That wasn't fun. Having to read over a page several times. Embarrassing, to say the least. Sorry, I was trying not to yawn and look ridiculous on camera. But yeah, so post-viral syndrome is not fun. But I do have some things to share and be happy about. The fairies worked really hard, and they finally have Nature Call Summer up on Feywild Apothecary. So if you guys want to get your own copy of that, it is available now. I shared it on like a lot of the subscriber chats I'm in. I think it was like yesterday or the day before, because I was really excited. And like that made me really happy. Like I was happy for like the first time in a minute. um, yeah, the my major depressive disorder has definitely not been great because of all of this. Um, it's been hard trying to remind myself this is not within my circle of control. My body is not well, and I need to take care of it if I want to continue to do things I want to do. So I've been a little impatient with myself, and well, I need to stop comparing myself when other people in my circle or peers that I see on Substack or other socials that I'm on are doing a lot more. I'm like, well, what are the odds that they are in the same health condition you are? Probably not. Um, so I know I've been saying this to a lot of other authors on Substack is that you got to be kind and gracious to yourself. Um, Now, the reason I say that we have to be gracious is that grace is giving you what you deserve. It's something that you've earned. It's something that you're not. You don't have to feel like you deserve it. Like you deserve it. Mercy is actually giving you something that you don't deserve. So be gracious to yourself because all of us are going through stuff. Like I know I was like Bradley Ramsey has been talking about how he's struggling to get back in the saddle after everything. And has he's earned rest, and I keep trying to remind him, but and then I tell myself, yeah, take your own advice, idiot. um, I want to be writing. I know he wants to be writing, but you can't force words to happen when your brain isn't all there. Um, Same goes for Hallie Jules. The frustrations that she's been going through. I feel so badly every time I see her posts. I'm like, all I can think of is to send my prayers for the universe to throw her a bone. But I also know that sometimes the universe is trying to push us in a direction that we don't see just yet. So we just have to keep our eyes open for what's going on. In my case, I partially feel that this is half my fault, and also not like a 50-50 split. Like, it wasn't my fault I got sick, but I'm sick, so I need to take care of myself. And unfortunately, I pushed myself too hard, trying to stay at work, and because I've done that before. Normally I'm fine, but not this time. Not this time. So, yeah, I'm trying to. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry. I had a spam call come through that like paused my video. Um, but I'm trying to be less mean to myself because that'll cause writer's block too. You can't you can't bully yourself into writing, and I'm learning that. Uh, you're just not gonna get authentic words. Like I appreciate that other people can be like, we're gonna commit to do the thing today. We're gonna do the thing today, and I'm like, I can appreciate that they're able to do that, but not all of us can. We can say, yeah, I'm gonna commit to do something, but if you are not in a condition to commit, there is such a thing as don't make promises you can't keep. So, in that regard, I'm just trying to take care of myself. I'm upset. I have lost another month. Um, oh, believe me, I am upset. But I am also trying to remember that all things happen for a reason. I don't know the path that's meant for me. I don't know why this is happening. Perhaps there's a reason for it. Maybe I was oversaturating and I need to let other people step forward to help me promote my work. Because I know I've done that in the past, is that I just spam stuff and it doesn't do anything. Um, Now, obviously, silence doesn't help either, but um, I have been trying to reach out and get people to help, and I am grateful those for those who have stepped forward. And um, like I've had a new beta reader that I don't normally have, um, and I'm hoping that uh, the alpha, the also the arc reading will help. Having someone else speak to um, my book. Uh, yeah, I'm learning to try to be more open minded. That just because it feels like a door is closed to you, it doesn't mean there's not a window of opportunity. That's how I've always taken Maria from The Sound of Music. She says, Mother Spirit always told her, when the Lord closes a door somewhere, he opens a window. It's a window of opportunity, right? Um, and my dad always said that sometimes that door was closed to you because you might not have liked where it went. We're not meant to walk through every door. That's okay. Um, I am trying to get food together. I've quite literally been awake for maybe 40 minutes. I'm. It's one of the reasons I'm kind of all over the place. But I did want to try and get this up relatively close to midday. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing, the new followers. I appreciate all of you. You really don't know how much I do. Um, but I apologize for not having new content again. It's embarrassing, but I hope that this new medication that is supposed to be here within the next, maybe today or tomorrow, um, I'll be able to start seeing some improvement, and then maybe this brain fog will lift, and I'll stop sleeping so freaking much, and then I'll finally be able to start having the time to record things. Um, Also, the I thought I was gonna have more time opening up with City Escape resolving. No, I have new tasks as of Monday. I'm grateful for my job. Um, But no, that will hopefully give us some passive income, and we'll be able to move forward with stuff. So the world keeps turning. But in the meantime, though, you can head over to feywildapothecary.com/shop and grab a copy of Nature Call Summer if you have not started the Nature Call Saga, which I highly recommend you do. Spring and summer are both over there. So if you want to grab a copy of each, all of the books that the fairies sell on my behalf are signed. So if you want to support directly, that's the best way to do it. Pre-orders, I have seen them popping up for summer. Now, I will admit that when you buy from us, we have to make sure that we get the packaging done because Mrs. Winchester is very particular about how she sends stuff. So the fairies will obviously be taking care in packing your package. But if you would much rather get your pre-orders, my wife did inform me that Amazon finally has summer listed. I don't understand. Don't understand it. I don't understand. Yeah, lots of reasons to be stressed in the Winchester house, but grateful things are actually moving now. So pre-orders for the July 13th launch of Nature Call Summer are popping up all over the place. So if you would rather just support that way, I'm grateful either way. Of course, we do have a limited supply of books with the Feywild Apothecary, and then after we've sold those, then we can move forward with purchasing more printed. So again, completely up to you. If you really want to get a copy, we're not going to say no. And of course, Artemis of the Dodecatheon, my debut novel, is there as well. Again, limited quantities, but there's a hardcover of Artemis if you guys like those, hardcover versions of books. And of course, there's the bundle with David's Rosary that you can get with either paperback or hardcover of Artemis over on Feywild Apothecary. I recently discovered why the charm bracelets weren't moving forward as quickly. Apparently, Mrs. Winchester wants to make sure that the charms she uses are a better quality. Like, she doesn't want them to look cheap or cartoony. She wants them to actually look really nice. And there's a few of the charms that she wants to use for characters that they just don't look right. And I don't blame her on that front, because that's a very legitimate thing. It's a quality thing. She wants to be able to justify the price point that she's putting on these things. So once she finds the right charms, then we will finally be listing a bundled version of summer and spring, similarly to Artemis. But yeah, so that is actually the reason why that hasn't moved forward. And I was like, oh, why don't you tell me these things, dear? And she's like, because I do things in my head and I don't think to say them out loud. And I'm like, you know what? I feel that. So yeah, that's what's going on that front. But like I said, we are in the process of trying to figure out how to make, since we're going to shows as Feywild Imaginings, I was talking to her about doing stuff on my coffee page, which you probably remember my video where I talked about that. And my wife went, why? I have a store. And I went, I felt bad, but she actually wants to see about just creating a completely new section of her store just for Feywild Imagining stuff. So the stuff that would be on the coffee page would probably be mostly digital, which would be really helpful because then I don't have to worry about shipping and stuff like that, and maybe even future comics or something like that. We'll see. Again, need to find somebody to work with on that front again. But yeah, so there are some things that we're trying to flesh out, but unfortunately, when I'm sick, I don't have the brain power and I'm sleeping all the time and I'm not getting anything done. When she comes home, we're just playing catch up on life. We can't get ahead with the creative stuff until that's tackled, right? So, yeah, that's what's going on the Feywild side of things. So I hope you're excited for that. I am still in the process of my little project that I posted up a few weeks back, where I had a recording of me reading from Nature Calls Spring. My goal is to revamp all of my original recordings from the original Hearth of a Writer. Um, like do some audio tweaking so that it's a little clearer. And then I've cropped out the openings and endings from the show, and I'm making chapters for a YouTube playlist that is unlisted. Um, but I wanted to make this a nice perk for people who have joined memberships over on my coffee page. Um, for like $5, you have access to basically an audiobook of my stuff. Um, I was trying to get that's where I got caught up with like the logistics and purchases and stuff like that. But that's what I'm working on for you guys. Again, you need to stop sleeping all day. Um, so yeah, you've got that to look forward to. Because once I do that, I'm planning to go back and tweak up the recordings for Artemis, and then you'll have the same for Artemis of the Dodecatheon, and then we'll move forward and get Summer, because I have not read Summer out loud yet. And of course, by all means, I'm still going to record Eclipse. Now, I don't know that I want to put Eclipse the same kind of audio thing on the coffee page because that's not a published book yet. Um, I'm doing it for Hearth of a Writer because I'm revamping it. I'm following in the Imaginings universe alignment, so to speak. So, Eclipse is the primordial realm, the first realm ever made. So, I figured that would be the first thing I would read on Hearth of a Writer. Um, and since I don't have the sequel to that one done yet, I'm quite literally halfway through that book. Um, the outline, I have the outline, but I realized that when I got to the midway point of that book was when I'd had a new development happen with one of the characters. So that's actually why that book hasn't moved forward. Um, I know a lot of people were like, "So when are you posting the sequel?" On Inkit, they were asking me that. Um, and I was like, because this book actually, I handwrite this one out. That one that's a handwritten book first. The first draft is always handwritten. Typing it out, literally, there's a weird disconnect. I don't know why. But, the first book, though, that's the book. So I just have to have, one, the energy and the air to read the book. And once I get that, along with the time, um, the Hearth of a Writer will come back. But the same problem I'm facing for Ramblings of a Demiurge. I don't have the air to get through a whole episode. It's kind of embarrassing. Um, and like I said, the depression has been very high over that. So um, that's what's going on with my two podcasts. And then writing is just brain fog. Which, if you know anything about what not getting enough oxygen, yeah, it tends to make your attention fade and it's very difficult to focus. Honestly, I'm even struggling at my day job and it's not been pretty. Like, that's made work very stressful. Um, but that's we're leaving work at work. Learning to do that too. But I've rambled enough. I'm already feeling tight in the chest. So let's wrap things up here. Again, thank you everybody who is sticking with me through this. I greatly appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Um, like I said, I'm very disappointed in myself. Um, I'm wishing I could be more present and do more. But that's why I'm asking for the help of those who follow me. If you really are into things that I've got going on, help me talk it up. Um, we don't go through life. We're not supposed to be, at least, alone. We're supposed to be a community, and I'm grateful that Bradley Ramsey brought me into this one. Um, so my blessing, I'm gonna try and own it for myself too, is be kind to yourself and others, as we're all transversing the same path in life, just in different vehicles. Um, some of us are in, brand new pristine ones, and some of us are in line for an oil change. We're overdue for one. Um, you never know where someone's at. You don't know where they're struggling. So be kind. And speaking of which, if we reap what we sow, and we sow seeds of good things like kindness, compassion, empathy, um, those provided we've nurtured them, because you can't just plant a seed and then something happens. You gotta nurture it. You gotta cultivate it. That'll grow into good fruits. And the nice thing about fruit is that it doesn't just nourish you; you can share it with others. So again, if you reap what you sow, good fruits aren't just good for you; they're good for everyone around you. Um, so keep that in mind. And as always, happy reading, which go over to Paywall and go get you some books. It'll help us out a lot. And listening adventures. I will catch you next time.